rest in your presence. Behold the beauty of your face. If I can just...
Hey, what's going on? How are you, YouTube? What's going on, Facebook? Hey, it's good to see you again. Thanks for tuning back in to Memoirs of an Insecure Girl. I am Courtney, and just thank you. As always, I just never take the time just to not tell you my gratitude and my appreciation just for checking back in and listening to one of my vlogs. So we're just going to jump on in and we're going to be talking a little bit. So I have a little backstory. So I was talking to a couple of people, a couple of friends, and we were just talking about just the everyday. We're talking about the struggle. We were talking about the everyday life. We were talking about just being young adults, dealing with work, being in school, some friends, having kids, being parents, having so many responsibilities. And we were just talking, they were asking, they were saying, so what do you do? What do you do when, you just have so much? And I know I've had, I felt like times where I was like, I just want to just let it all go. It was just so much. And I just wanted to just relinquish some of my duties, everything that I was dealing with. It was just too much. And so we were talking and they said, so what do you do? And so in my mind, in the spirit, when I feel so overwhelmed and I feel pressure, for me, it's almost like, the Lord being like, whoa, you, when I feel that, the Lord's saying, hey, we haven't talked. We have not had our time. You have not been in my presence. You're super busy. You're dealing with this over here. You have no clarity. And he said, when's the last time we've really sat down and been in prayer? When's the last time we really sat down with me and you took that time to sit in my presence? There was a point in my life, if I can just be honest, that I was praying out and I was crying out to God just feeling so much weight on my shoulders in school, and I was trying to just so much. And he had told me, he said, you know what, Courtney? You're boxing me in. And I said, what you mean, Dad? Boxing you in? What do you mean? And he began to explain to me, he said, you have like a business schedule with me. That's how you relate to me right now. And he said, in the morning you give me thanks for waking you up. Before you go into work, you honor me. You tell me, just to protect you and everything like that. He said, you say your grace, woody woody woo. He was like, and then you go to bed. You say, you say your prayers before you go to bed. And I was like, huh. And he was like, you have set time for when you want me to be available to you. He said, you have set time for when you desire to be in my presence. And then you want to know why you feel so much pressure, you feel so stressed out. And I was reading in the scriptures and it said, but Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and he prayed. That's Luke 5:16. And then it said, in rising very early in the morning, while it was still dark, he departed and went to desolate places and prayed. That's Mark 1, verse 35. And what began to dawn on me was that Jesus, he still retreated. He still broke off. He broke off often to be alone in prayer. He had to speak to the Father. And I think about it, I'm like, he was dealing with so much. Even John the Baptist, who was very close to him, he was beheaded. And when Jesus heard of the news, he went off. And I think about us, when we get bad news, we call our homegirl, we call our friend, we call our mom, our dad, we call people. And the Lord told me, he said, every time you call them, call me. And I realized he has like 24-hour access. Just like, the hotlines and things like that. You can contact Jesus. And he told me, he said, we fight with our minds, and we fight with our own flesh. We fight with our words. He said, but you need to fight in the spirit. When things are going on and things are going haywire, that's warfare. It's time to get to your knees and pray. It's time to consult with me to see what you need to be doing, how you need to respond versus your own ideologies, your own coping mechanisms. You need to talk to me. I am the head. I am always going to lead and guide you versus guiding yourself. You said I lead you. You say that I'm the author of your life. You say I'm your foundation. So you need to sit in my presence and hear what I have to say to direct you, right? And so I realized at that time that I needed his presence. His presence was like water to me. I needed it. I needed his presence to put things in perspective for how I dealt with my day-to-day. If I boxed him in, there was no time for me to hear what he had to say because I only had him set up for certain times on my schedule. And so this just reminds me that Christ is available to us as believers. It's up to us if we want to break away from our business relationships and tap into his spirit. It is so necessary, y'all. It's so necessary with all this time that we spend out in the world and in our jobs and with our friends and all these folks. And we need to be with God. There's always something in the spirit coming at us. And if we're not in our presence, we don't have the proper armor to understand what he's trying to say. And so we're taking it on in our own understanding. And that might be totally against what God is trying to say to us, y'all. And so if I can leave anything with you today, it's to withdraw. It's to, drop the busyness. That's even if you got to just go to the bathroom for a second. Or just, hey, give me a second, I'll be right back. And, really get in his presence, talk to him. Withdraw. If he withdrew, that means we need to withdraw the more. If Jesus withdrew, if Jesus went to desolate places, he got up early in the morning and sat before the Father, we definitely need to. So if I leave anything with you guys, it's so necessary to withdraw, to be in his presence. I hope that helps. And also, I have some new news for you guys. I have started my website. It's www.memoirsofitscutgirl.org. So I hope that message helps. Check out my website. I'm going to have some new blogs coming that I've posted. I got one up now. Check that out. Leave feedback. And as always, I appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Until next time, remember your story could change your life. It's up to you. All right. Be blessed.
Press in your presence and never leave this place again. If I can just press in your presence and leave all my cares behind me, I will be whole. I'll still believe. I will just lay at your feet, for I will be whole. I'll still believe. I will just praise at your feet right here in